Welcome, one and all, to Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 526. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn, here as always, with suspenders set to maximum stun. Got a great show for you today. We're going to be playing episode 4 of Bioshock 2, Minerva's Den. We are well on our way through the game, and I'm not sure how much longer there is to go. I think we're over halfway done. Oops, screensaver. Anyway, it's been a fun week here on the channel. I got to do a number of videos about Deathclaws. I did a video about the Deathclaw Sanctuary in Fallout 3, and then I did a video about the Deathclaw Promontory in Fallout New Vegas. It was really good to be getting back to New Vegas. I've pretty much finished New Vegas. I've done every single quest, including all side quests, including all unmarked quests. I've done a video on every single major location. There are a few minor locations that I haven't done yet, but I will eventually. We will tackle those eventually. Welcome to the program, everybody. Good to see YouTube members Stephen A. and Deuteronomus in the chat today. Also good to see frequent viewers Lucky Babcack. And we are live, as always, on Mixer. And I say as always, even though it hasn't been always the case, but lately I've been going live on Mixer and Steam and Periscope and Facebook. And I'm trying to see, there we go, Darth Jazzy on Periscope is there. And we see Tony J and Altmaster on Mixer. Good. For a moment there, I was a little confused because I only saw YouTube comments in the chat. But they're all coming in. Laura Estald says, hello there, Oxhorn. Deathclaw vids were awesome. My visiting mom says hi, and good to see your work again. Well, hello to Laura's visiting mom. Good to see you again, and I'm glad she could show you my content again. Zar2 is in the chat. Good to have the mods here. Thank you very much, Zar2. Rachel and Sean Fornango, Ben Bax, and Jay-Z. Good to see all of the members. Well, if you saw the description of my live stream today, I said that this is on Twitter anyway, I said that this was the Apocalyptic Magazine special. Well, the vintage Apocalyptic Magazine special. Cat Rose says, Ox, you planning to play the Outer Planets? I think you mean the Outer Worlds. And yes, I am planning to play the Outer Worlds. I intend to stream it live here, right here. Wherever you're watching from, be it Facebook, Twitter, Mixer, or YouTube, this is where you need to go to watch my live stream of the Outer Worlds when the time comes. Adrian Parker says, Oxhorn, glad to get a smoke my first cigar tonight, or glad to get to smoke my first cigar tonight. Sorry about that. While watching my favorite show, love your videos. Please don't stop and keep on being amazing. Thank you very much, Adrian. Well, you bring up a good point. It is Scotch and Smoke Rings, and I have yet to show off either the Scotch or blow smoke rings. Let's rectify that. Oh, I forgot to cut it. Hold on, I got to get my cutter. I should really put my cigar cutter over here instead of on the opposite side of the office, huh? There we get a V-cut today. I find that the V-cut helps prevent the cigar from unraveling during smoke, but it's not always the case. Today we're smoking something new. I'm smoking a Rocky Patel The Edge. I do like a good Rocky Patel. The reason I'm smoking something new is because I ran out of my La Aurora y Leon Corojos, and so I had to do an order, but in the meantime, well, I couldn't go 2 or 3 days without a cigar. Are you mad? It's unthinkable. So I went to the cigar shop, and I got myself a Rocky Patel The Edge. All right, let's fire this thing up. Reed Smith says, sweet suspenders on Facebook. Thank you. Great to see all of the Facebook comments coming in. Man, when technology works, it just amazes me. I expected this integration to be so much more frustrating and filled with lots of glitches, but I just did a couple of tweaks and man, I'm live everywhere. Colin W says, hey Ox, that Colin guy watching from Facebook. Darth Jazzy says, why is my name like this on Periscope? Well, my friend, I think that's because your Periscope account name is probably Darth Jazzy. I thought it changes, he says. Well, I love your Fallout videos anyway. That's okay. You know, Darth Jazzy works for me, but glad to have you here. Mixer Love says, Sergeant Thomas. Hello from Mixer says, Turbo Munge. Turbo Munge? Munge? Okay. Thank you, Turbo. Jonathan says, hey, Ox, I wanted to tell you I live in West Virginia between Summersville and Sutton. If you like any pics, let me know. Hey, that's great. Thanks for letting me know. So I'm in the middle of a video on Fallout 76. It's going to be a lot of fun. Random Stuff says, do you like Fallout 76 or do you only play it for the lore? It's a mix of both. I'm playing it primarily for the lore, but I also do enjoy my time. Now, there are a lot of problems with the game that detract from my enjoyment of the game, and they're mostly technical issues, like the fact that everyone's dead. Doesn't bother me that much. I actually kind of like exploring a dead world because I feel like I'm uncovering mysteries and discovering secrets. That's the kind of gameplay I enjoy. I understand why it bothers some people, but it doesn't really bother me that much. But what really bothers me about Fallout 76 is the instability of its servers, the numerous power armor glitches that they have just failed to fix. It's like every patch. They talk about fixing glitches, but the glitches that impact me on a daily basis when I play the game, they just don't bother to fix. So stuff like that. If they could just iron out the technical issues with the game, I'd be fine. I'd just be like all about the game. But the technical issues just bug me. But anyway, to answer your question, I do enjoy playing the game. There are problems with the game, and I'm also focused on lore. But anyway, I was saying, did a bunch of Deathclaw videos this week. Did two videos in Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. This weekend, I'm dedicating to Fallout 76. So for those of you who have been missing my Fallout 76 content, never fear. New lore videos coming. Working on a video on the Mothman. And the more I'm reading into the Mothman, the more connections I'm finding in Fallout 76 between the real world myths and the real Mothman that they've placed in West Virginia in the game. It's really interesting to see these things come together. I don't know. I don't think I've seen a video or read an article about some of the things that I've found while doing some reading up on the original origin myths and how that was interpreted in the game. So if you like the Mothman, if you like Fallout 76, I think you're going to enjoy my video for the weekend. I'm hoping to do 2 videos for the weekend, but this Mothman video is kind of big. It's probably going to be about an hour long, so it's going to take it's going to take a lot out of me. So I don't know. Definitely 1 video, maybe 2. Bernard Francis says, love ya, Oxhorn. Haven't been able to catch you live in a while. Just wanted to send you some bucks. Thank you very much, Bernard. Have my whiskey in hand. Would have a cigar, but sadly I've got asthma. Can't wait for Outer Worlds. Are you going to be good or evil? I also can't wait for Outer Worlds. Cheers. Cheers. Hold on. Before I answer the question, cheers to Scotch. Bottoms up. I have a variety of beverages today. I've got Scotch. Got my coffee from earlier. Music is off, says the Gamer Pros. Thank you. I do that every week, don't I? The problem is that I use the exact same software to do my live stream as I used to do my video recordings. So when I'm not streaming live, I have to completely change all of the settings in Open Broadcast software to shoot footage on my desktop computer when I'm playing Fallout 3, because I play that game from this computer, and then to change all of the settings again when I'm shooting footage for Fallout 76, which I play on this computer, and I capture through a capture card. So I forget sometimes to change things back. So there's the music. Thank you for reminding me. I said coffee, right? And I also have a beer from dinner, which I didn't finish. So, lots of beverages to go through today. I'll stay hydrated. Taz says, no music and stream title is wrong on notification. Well, I can't help the notifications. I changed the stream title on every single platform, including YouTube, but sometimes YouTube just takes a while to figure it out. I gave it a while, too. I changed the title for the stream about 30 minutes before I went live, and the icon, the thumbnail, hoping that they would get their act together this time. But they didn't get it done in time, apparently, if you say that it's got the wrong title. But it's going to be the right title on the saved video. And I hope most people are saying the right title. The Easy Life says, hey, Oxhorn, spoiler alert. What if the sole survivor's spouse was taken with Sean and it was a synth of the spouse that father shut down when you meet him? Would it have been a more impactful moment when you get to the Institute? So wait, you get to the okay, big spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played Fallout 4, right? So plug your ears. So you're saying that when the sole survivor gets to the Institute, he not only finds his son, who has grown into an old man, but also finds his wife, who really wasn't dead? And what, the wife kind of just sided with her son? Yeah, you know, he's kidnapping people, but it's for a good cause and creating a synth army to terrorize the wasteland. But, you know, whatever, he's my boy. He's my boy. And then what, you got to choose now between your wife and kid and goodness, basically? Yeah, that would have made a very impactful choice. I mean, it's bad enough for your son, but then you find your spouse alive, and you now have to choose between basically your family and what you think is right. Yeah, that would have been tough. But of course, that's not canonical. The canonical ending is spouse died in Vault 111. So we'll just leave it at that. That Colin guy says, no dad joke attempt this time. Seeing your stream live on YouTube, Facebook, and Mixer once. Mixer looks the best, incidentally. I've been getting that a lot. A lot of people have been talking about how the visual quality on Mixer appears to be better. And it's funny because I'm using the exact same piece of software and the exact same settings for this broadcast right now. So if there is any problem, it's on the rendering end of... I mean, I'm going through one channel too. Like, I'm using a third-party software that combines all of my streams into one stream and then separates them out to all of the different channels. So they're taking exactly the same footage and trying to interpret it on their platform. YouTube is supposed to have the best fidelity because they allow the highest bitrate. But if you're saying that Mixer actually looks better, really interesting to see what they're doing to make this picture look better on their platform. Rachel says, Oxhorn, can you clarify the Interloper versus the Mothman cults? Yeah, and this is something I'm going to get into in my video for the weekend. So basically, it's an offshoot of the same cult. So all of the cultist statues and cultist relics and cultist sites with the human sacrifices and the blood and the antlers and the skulls and all of that. That's all Mothman stuff. So we have this Mothman cult that existed before the war, and they were trying to summon the Mothman, and there were a number of ways they were trying to figure out how to do it. They finally figured it out using Firefly goop and all of that. But there was one member in Point Pleasant who believed that the Mothman wasn't the whole deal. That the Mothman was just a gateway to the Interloper, and he tracked down an Interloper cult, which shared many of the same costume assets as the Mothman cult, which I think is why this is getting confusing. But the Interloper cult is more rural. They're, a backwoods, hidden, clandestine cult. And he tracks them down to the Lucky Hole mine. Now, how many people went with him? We don't really know. The problem with this entire theory is the Interloper relics look exactly the same as the Mothman cultist relics. We'll go to these cultist sites and find all of the same iconography, all of the same wicker men and skulls and statues and dismembered bodies. It's like one cult, but they've got very different members and a different history. So there is a bit of a confusion there. All right, back to the chat. Dalton Waters says, I just joined the Coast Guard, and I go to basic October 1st. Can I get a shout-out? Yes, you can. Shout-out to Dalton Waters. Good luck at basic. Bernard Francis says, cheers. Same doers Tumblr, by the way. I love. Oh, yeah. Cheers. That Colin guy says brightness is less blown out on Mixer. I mean, I can alter that a bit. That's as bright as it can get. That's good, right? I think that's good. Andrew Turner says, hey, Oxhorn, your video on the Enclave made me sad, but you are still my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, Andrew. You're an open-minded individual, and I appreciate that. Open-mindedness, I'll hazard to say, is not an attribute shared by most in the Enclave. So you're not like them in that regard. If that disappoints you, well, I'm sorry. I mean, the Enclave is, we can only say about the Enclave what they say about themselves and the evidence they leave about their organization. Fire is out of itself. Killer Nonstop says, I leave the 16th going to the Marines basic training. Good luck. Congratulations. It's going to be grueling, so I hear, but I hope it goes well. Chicken Biscuit says, wow, Mixer does look better. Goodbye, YouTube. I got to check this out sometime. I haven't actually seen my stream on Mixer. Gamer Pro says, can we see the props now? Right, sorry. I started talking about my magazines. All right. So, I want to continue with my habit, my very bad habit, of collecting Fallout props. And the problem is I'm limited on space. There's only so much I can cram into this one room. So I'm looking for small things, thin things, trying to keep things, small and tidy in this house. So what I did is over the weekend, I'll have one day off a week, and it's then that I'll do a little browsing online and whatever. And I found these magazines, these period magazines that talk about the nuclear apocalypse. So I've got a little magazine rack as part of this side table built-in furniture, and I figure, well, when the rest of my furniture arrives, I'll put that little magazine rack next to the recliner, and people can pull out a magazine. And I want all of the magazines that they can pull out to be apocalypse themed. So here's a copy of Popular Science from 1969 or something like that. Doesn't have the date on the front for some reason. And it's all about artillery weapons that can shoot nukes. Kind of like a Fat Man, right? More information. New guns you should know about. Page 92. Oh, this is May 1953. There you go. New guns you should know about. Mobility is a must for today's artillery. Post-war models get their wallop, plus some new tricks from science, not size. They've got a big nuclear explosion on the cover. Here's an entire article on what would happen if your house were to be bombed. And they've got photographs of nuclear test explosions and a house going up. I bought a bunch more of these. Only 2 have arrived. Here's a before and an after for a house during a nuclear explosion. And I thought this was so surreal that I wanted to get a bunch of these for people to be able to flip through when they're visiting my office. Here's another one that arrived. Here's an issue of Popular Science from June. This is 2069, I think. Popular Science, see page 41. Look at that. It's an entire fixed-wing aircraft. It's the aircraft is a giant flying wing. What does this remind you of? Well, it reminds us of the Horizon airplanes from Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. They're just one giant flying wing. And I think a few of these were turned into prototypes. Page 41, let's go to 41. I think a few of these were created as actual prototypes, but I don't think any went into service. But this thinking was real. It's based on real technology. Look at that. Huge barrel plane for ocean flights. Air tunnels and giant flying wing expected to increase power of its many propellers. So it was a propeller, not jet, plane, giant flying wing, and it's got fuel tanks housed at the very front where the giant propellers are, because that's safe. And there it is. It's so cool. The fact that they mined magazines like this for inspiration for some of the things that they created in the Fallout universe is brilliant. And I found way more than just these two. I found one that has an elevator very reminiscent of the one that we found in the Institute. I found one on how to create a nuclear bunker. I've got one that talks about nuclear bunkers in urban areas, which were actually made. There are a couple of urban explorers on YouTube I like to watch. I forget their names, but they'll go and they'll find these pre-war city nuclear shelters where people were supposed to run to during an air raid siren, and he'll go through them. Anyway, really interesting. Yeah, I've got a few more. And when they arrive, I'll show them off. Okay, Syntaxus Dogmata says, "Hey, Oxhorn, my family and I lived on an army post. So my son asked if I watched that show MASH when I was his age. I told him, yeah, all the time." Alan Aldo, was that his name? Nice. That's a very specific dad joke. Few, I think, in the chat are gonna get that. But yeah, nice. Thank you. Ryder Wheeler says, "I'm currently flying around Good Neighbor in power armor. I can't think of a better pastime, my friend." Audex says, "Have you ever considered playing Dark Souls? It's greatly rewards exploration. The story also is intended to you on a platter." I haven't considered playing Dark Souls, only in that I don't know if it's good for my channel. It's a fantasy. It's kind of like a dark gothic fantasy game, which is better than high fantasy in my opinion. I mean, I like high fantasy, but it's been overdone a bit. I don't know. It's just I'm not as into fantasy as I used to be. But Dark Souls, yeah, there are a lot of people on YouTube who already do a lot of interesting content about Dark Souls, and I don't know if it would be good for my channel, but it may be something to consider for the future. Jay-Z says, "Oxhorn, do you plan on playing the Metro DLC? It's really short and could be finished in one stream." Yes, I do, but I'll probably be waiting for a day after I've completed the current projects that I'm working on today. Nuka-Cola Kid says, "Hey, Oxhorn, remember me from Friday night? You cheered me up when I was sick. Now have a good night. I have to go to bed." Well, good night, Nuka-Cola Kids. I'm glad you came to the program the other night. And I'm glad you feel a lot better. Eric the Red says, "If you played Dark Souls, the rage quits would be plentiful." Yeah, you're probably right. Deuteronomus says, "Wow, that's an amazing idea for prompts. Plus, they're actually historical documents and frighteningly appropriate to Fallout." Yeah, it's interesting. If you do a Google search of retro-futuristic or atom punk artwork, you're going to find a lot of comic book covers, science fiction, pulp novel covers with artwork that is going to be familiar, because Fallout drew heavily from some of the creations thought up by these writers from, the 40s, 50s, and 60s who came up with all of these retro-futuristic designs and used a lot of them. Especially if you take a look at some of the magazine covers from Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas, they're almost perfect copies of some of the pulp boys comics of the day, like Rognak the Barbarian. It's really funny to see the similarity. Ox, what are your kids going to be for Halloween? Says the Gamer Pros. I don't know. We haven't thought about it. Ox, do you have any magazines, racks at your camp, says Rachel. Do you even have a magazine rack at your camp? No, I do. In Fallout 4, I've got all of my magazines on display, but in Fallout 76, I have not used my my racks yet. I know they came out in the last patch, but I've also heard that they take up an enormous settlement budget. Like, you place one magazine, and it's like 5% of your settlement budget. And at that point, what's the point? Like, if you can't show off every magazine you have, what's the point? So I'm probably not going to use it. I understand why it takes up such a huge amount of the settlement budget. Each item is a mesh that needs to be rendered in the world with its own texture. So if you've got 15 different magazines, that's 15 different meshes and textures that have to be rendered when somebody walks into the cell. You know, that compounded on any other display cases you have. Okay, I get it. I understand. But it's still frustrating. So I don't think I'll use it. Bernard Francis says, I'm a Lagavulin man myself. Johnny Rocker Blue or 18-year doers in a pinch. Any suggestions to vary my whiskey tastes? Much love. Oh, I mean, you've already got Lagavulin. Lagavulin is just, that's good. You've got a good one there. Doers and Johnny Walker are okay, but I prefer Scotch to whiskey. I do like whiskey. No, both of those are Scotches. But I do prefer, like, Islay Scotches to some of the other types of Scotches. Let's see, there's Lafroig, which is a go-to Scotch for me, and Glenfiddich, which is a go-to Scotch. Rick Timon says, have you 100% Fallout 4 in New Vegas at this point? Is it even possible? Mostly. So I've done every single location in Fallout 4. I've done every single quest in Fallout 4, except for the main quest, like the primary plot. I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to do that. I also haven't done Far Harbor yet, so I'm going to do that. As for Fallout New Vegas, I've done every quest. So all that's left in New Vegas is small, minor locations, which I'll get to. Zachary says, I'm currently in the military, and it's nice to watch your content when I get the chance. And what inspired you to start YouTube? Well, Zartu says it's not that bad. I have like 12 display cases and 4 magazine racks with a full workshop, my generator shed, and my bedroom house. Okay. I guess it just depends on the shack. My camp budget is already full, so I tried creating one display case and I had to delete so many things just to get the display case down. What inspired me to start YouTube? Well, this was back in my World of Warcraft days, and at the time I was doing a lot of Warsong Gulch, which is it's like a battleground. It was a battleground in vanilla World of Warcraft. And I was pretty good at it. I was a druid and I was capturing the flag. I really enjoyed the capture the flag battles, and I would watch these videos on YouTube of people doing their own runs of Warsong Gulch with their characters, basically showing off their skills. And I thought I could do that, and I downloaded Windows Movie Maker and made my first video set to some Irish pub music. And I uploaded that to YouTube, and that was like my first ever video. It wasn't a lore video or machinima video. Then I started, then my video kind of took off on a website called warcraftmovies.com and another website called xfire.com. I mean, YouTube wasn't the de facto place to put videos at this time. In fact, we're talking 2005, 2006 when I started making these videos. YouTube had a bad name in the video production community because their quality was so poor at the time. If you go back and watch some of the older videos on my old channel, you'll see this. They didn't support HD videos. Everything was like 360p. It was just garbage quality. But there were other sites out there like Take 6, I believe, was the premier video sharing site, which is completely gone now. I don't even know if you can Google information about it. But it was called like Take Stage 6. That's what it was. It was Stage 6. And so everybody in the machinima community, we were uploading our videos to other places except YouTube. And there was like a soft boycott on YouTube because their quality was so low. Many of the creators I spoke with just wouldn't use it. But I did use it. I'm like, you know what? My philosophy at the time is I want to put my content everywhere. So I put my stuff on Xfire. I put my stuff on WarcraftMovies.com. I put my stuff on, there was Google Video. Before Google bought YouTube, I had a channel on Google Video, which was a competitor to YouTube. They really tried. They really tried to take down YouTube before buying it, before they finally said, okay, we're going to buy it. But even after they bought YouTube, all my videos were up on Google Video for years and years and years before the two merged into YouTube. It was an awkward moment when I kind of had all these videos on Google Video, and then I had my YouTube channel, and YouTube wanted to merge it, and they're like, okay, well, you can't have both. Which one do you want to keep? And so I lost a lot of Google Video views. Anyway, so I put my machinima videos on YouTube back then, despite the fact that it was poor quality, just because I wanted my content everywhere, and they took off on YouTube, and it became like a thing for me. Like, I was, oh, okay, people know me now. This was before they had a partner program. This was before I could even monetize my videos. So all my early success was, I didn't get paid a dime for it. Like all these millions of views for Rafflemal, one of my biggest early hits, and I didn't get a single dime for it. But yeah, that's how I got my start on YouTube, and it kind of went on from there. It's always been a place where I've done video content. The Dark Seraph says, to be frank, I'd have to change my name. Well, that is an accurate depiction of the steps necessary to be frank. So thank you for sharing. Cheers. Sean says, are we doing Bioshock or Dishonored? We're doing Bioshock. I don't know why YouTube isn't uploading the game. Because I changed the hashtags, I changed the title, I changed the gameplay. I clicked save. I knew it was saved. I don't know why it hasn't updated. But we're doing Bioshock. About 30 minutes. Deuteronomy says, that Deathclaw location in New Vegas was a fun romp for me. The first time I found I was trying to walk to the main Legion camp, I didn't know I was supposed to go to Cottonwood Cove. Yeah, you can't. That's the funny thing about it. You see the Caesars, the fort on the map, and you see it's on the other side of the Colorado, and you can't swim there. Rick Timon says, I remember when Google Video was around, it was a treasure trove of piracy. But then again, so was YouTube. And they scrapped videos on YouTube to upload them to Google Video. Or scraped videos on YouTube. Yeah, there was a lot of piracy going on there. People would do it with my videos. I would upload, I think I had like 50 videos on my old channel for a while there. And there were these bots that would just scrape my entire channel's content and re-upload it to Google Video and to YouTube, then join the partner program, slap their own label on it, bam. And there was a time, YouTube was so bad at policing this that there were people who had re-uploaded my own videos, and those copies were doing better than my originals for a while. It's not quite as bad as it used to be, but even today, there are these robots that people can use to just take an entire channel's library of content and steal it and put it on their own channel. Happens all the time. It's happened to me recently. It's something, as a content creator, you just kind of got to keep an eye open for. Chicken Biscuit says, ditch YouTube, join the Mixer train. Well, I'm on Mixer. They haven't made me a partner yet. I sent them an email. I said, hi, I'd like to be a partner. They're like, great. Well, put in the time. I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. So here I am, putting in the time before they'll let me become a partner. Sculamanga says, hi, Oxhorn. Greetings from New York. Greetings, Sculamanga. Rick Timon says, lots of publishers were angry that their videos from YouTube and Vimeo were being scraped and re-uploaded to Google Video. It happened to Google Video, but it happened to YouTube as well. It still happens on YouTube where people will scrape Vimeo's library of content. It happened. I had high resolution versions of all of my videos on Vimeo for a long time. This was before my Fallout stuff, because at the time Vimeo had higher quality than YouTube for archived video playback. And so when I integrated my Vimeo channel with my website at the time, oxhorn.com, which I believe I've taken down. I don't think it exists anymore. But I had all of my videos hosted on Vimeo because it was higher quality. But then somebody stole all my videos on Vimeo and uploaded it to their own channel on YouTube. It's just, you can't, it's really hard to police this. Then there are the guys who will take your entire video and then change the title of it and say, oh, fair use. Fair use. This title constitutes me, changing it fundamentally or commenting upon it. Therefore, it's fair use. Fair use. It's just it's the Wild West out there. Rachel says, I agree with Czar too. Display cases take up the space of a few crops. Also, can you bring us along for a surprise live stream capturing 76 footage soon, please? Well, maybe I'll have to revisit this. I admit that I didn't spend a long time tinkering with the display cases in Fallout 76. So maybe I just need to revisit it and see if I can put some display cases out there. So I'll take a look at that. Thanks, Rachel. As for capturing some 76 footage soon, well, I'm going to be having some 76 lore videos this weekend about the Mothman, and I've got new footage in there. In terms of a Fallout 76 live stream, the last one I did was Vault 94. That was a collaboration live stream between Mr. Matty Plays, Juicehead, and Up Is Not Jump, which was a lot of fun. If you missed the replay, it's live on my channel. It was a whole lot of fun. I don't know when I'm going to be doing a live stream of 76 next, because there are a lot of games that I'm working on right now. And as everybody, I don't know how many times I have to answer this question. Oxhorn, will you play The Outer Worlds when it comes out? Yes, I will play The Outer Worlds when it comes out. I'm saying this for like the third time today. Second time this stream. Yes, Outer Worlds. I will play it on my channel. I will stream it. If you ask again, I will say the same thing. Yes, I will play Outer Worlds. Okay? I had somebody leave a comment on my video the other day saying, Oxhorn, how could you continue with us Fallout crap when there's a perfectly good game out there you can play called The Outer Wilds? I'm like, man, first of all, the game hasn't even been released yet. Second of all, I've already said I'm going to play the game on numerous occasions. Every time I go live, I say I'm going to play The Outer Worlds. And I'm being like, now they're criticizing me for not playing the game? Man, some people on YouTube can be really weird. I can just say, they can be really weird. Chicken Biscuit says, so, Outer Worlds, you win? Yes, I will play The Outer Worlds. It's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Oxhorn, are you going to do Vault 94 again? Yes. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I want to do a lore video on Vault 94, but I don't really have the energy to go through the gauntlet of that dungeon 3 times to get the lore. I don't know. maybe someday. Maybe someday. Say Jack says, have you played No Man's Sky? Yes, I have played No Man's Sky. But I haven't played it since they made all of those changes. I hear that the game is very different from the way it was when I first played it when it first came out. So perhaps I owe it some more attention. Oxhorn says, Killer Nonstop, are you interested in Cyberpunk? Yes, I am also interested in Cyberpunk 2077. As I've said on this program, I do plan to play it. I don't know if I'm going to stream it on YouTube because there is nudity, and it would be very difficult for me to stream that live on YouTube without being penalized. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't know how Mixer feels about that. I haven't looked into their vulgarity policy. I know on Twitch, I think I can get away with it if I were to do it on Twitch. So maybe I'll make Cyberpunk a Twitch exclusive stream, I guess. I don't know. I want to play it. I want to stream it. I got to figure out the nudity thing. Dark Seraph says, the law says possession of marijuana. I say joint custody. Adrian Parker says, here's a tip to ease your pain about being asked about the Outer Worlds. Thank you. Thank you. Sergeant Booty Clapper says the Outer Worlds. Yes, Sergeant Booty Clapper. Yes. Chicken Biscuit says Outer Wilds is a trippy game on Xbox Game Pass. You might enjoy it too, Oxhorn. Outer Wilds is a game? Is that a real game? Outer Wilds? Oh, maybe somebody... Oh, it is real. It's a real game. Outer Wilds. Maybe someone was asking me about this, and I thought they were asking me about the Outer Worlds. No. Outer Wilds is an open world mystery about a solar system trapped in an endless time loop. As long as it's not a survival game. Is it a survival game? I'm pretty much done with survival games. Don't think I want to do that again. But it looks good. Quirky graphics. I like it. Yeah, maybe. Ooh, look at those giant twisters. It looks like an interesting game, I gotta say. Maybe I'll take a look at it. Did you disable the smoke detector in your room, says Karsten? No, I don't have a smoke detector in this room. There's a smoke detector in the house. But, I mean, I've got a sprinkler up there. That's heat activated. The heat simply melts the pewter, which allows the water to flow out. So that's not going to cause it. As for the smoke detector, I think it's carbon, right? Too much carbon in the... Anyway, this hasn't bothered it. I got plenty of smoke detectors in the house. Also, I vent this room while I'm smoking. That window is open, and I have a fan in it, so all the smoke in this room is going out the window. No one in my house is able to smell my cigar smoke. Brad Buzz says, since you have been very unclear about your plans, are you going to play the Outer Worlds? Well, hate to be ambiguous about this particular topic. Sorry for being unclear or opaque in the way that I've responded. But yes, there is a plan at the moment, maybe, to play the Outer Worlds. Ethan H says, isn't pewter dangerous? I mean, I think you're thinking of lead. I don't know. I mean, lead's dangerous. Is there lead in pewter? I'm not sure. Deuteronomy says, oh, that sounds like an old sprinkler head. Modern ones have mercury in a glass tube plugging up the sprinkler head. Well, to be fair, I don't understand the technology behind the sprinkler system in my house. I just saw a video once of how sprinklers work, and I assumed that that's the way this one works. Maybe I saw a video about how an old sprinkler system works. Doyle Status says, Outer Worlds graphics look so 2012. Lol. Yeah, when it comes to graphics, so, I mean, there are some people who are really caught up on graphics. And that is true when Fallout 76 came out. They were upset that the graphics were pretty much 2015's Fallout 4. But when it comes to graphics, I do want it to look nice. If it doesn't look nice enough, it's going to make it hard for me to enjoy it. But I think I'm a little bit more forgiving when it comes to graphic fidelity and the way the game looks. For example, I love Fallout 3 and I love Fallout New Vegas. Both of those games are dated. I mean, they're very dated when it comes to graphics. And even the gameplay is a little clunky, trying to move your character around. There's a delay in responding to left and right. You can't jump. Jump doesn't feel right. So when it comes to graphics and gameplay, both of those games are a little clunky, but I overlook that because the story is so interesting to me and the world is still immersive to me. So the graphics for Outer Worlds look fine to me. They don't look like amazing, but they look okay. So I'm still looking forward to playing the game, and I should be able to play it despite that. despite that. Dante Minton says, do you hang out on Discord and talk with patrons? I don't. Patrons gain access to a private Discord server, a Discord channel on my Discord server where they can chat. But I don't go on to Discord hardly at all to chat with anyone. And that's because every free moment I have is spent with my family. Because the demands for cranking out multiple videos, lore videos a week, and all of the live streams I do is it's exhausting. So I don't really have time to sit and chat. It's one of those things where if I was doing something else, I could have a chat box up and chat on Discord casually, like if I was playing a game just for personal enjoyment. But I don't do that. Like if I'm on my computer, I'm recording audio or editing audio or in the middle of editing video or rendering an animation or creating a thumbnail. Like I'm focused on a very specific thing. And chatting with people on Discord while I'm trying to work is actually really distracting. I can't even listen to music while I work because I find the noise to be distracting, which I know is really weird for many people who have to use music just to tune into their work. But for me, I have to have complete silence to focus on what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's really hard for me to focus. So no, I don't do a lot of chatting on Discord. Taz says, Vault 94 was fun, just not safe for work due to the cussing, but was great to watch. It was fun hanging out with other YouTubers and bringing their unique YouTube culture into our own. But yeah, they definitely had a lot of cussing. Dude from MT says, can I get a late B-Day shout out for Liz? Showed me your channel years ago and been here every week since. Love the new Vegas vids and watch every day. Cheers. Well, thank you, dude from MT. Late B-Day shout out for Liz. Happy birthday, Liz. Sinistral Tiger says, what makes a dad joke? His mouth. I'm learning so many new ones from new games on these streams. It's cool, he says. Thank you, Sinistral. Welcome, new member Jay McKay. Old member, I think, but resubscribing to the membership. Thank you, Jay. The Easy Life says, what I meant was having the child synth replaced with a synth of your spouse, which father shuts down upon entry, not exactly having her be alive. Oh. Yeah, that would make things weird. I mean, it's weird enough that he makes a synth of himself, but to make a synth of his dead mother or father? Weird. Gage Agler says, what do you think of the Fallout 3 content for the Creation Club? I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to cover it. We get to go back to the Capital Wastelands. We get to go back to GNR. We get to see if Three Dog is still cranking out stories. Probably not. That's my guess. If we arrive at GNR, I doubt very much that we're going to find Three Dog there, because that would require hiring the original voice actor again and recording voice lines. So, no Three Dog, but maybe we'll find out what happens to him. Maybe he moves on or starts a new radio station somewhere else. We'll be able to explore his terminals, and I'm kind of scared of that, frankly. I'm really excited because I want to go back to the Capital Wasteland to see what GNR looks like in Fallout 4. I'm also kind of scared about what they're going to do. Like, what are they going to do to Three Dog? I hope it's not horrible. I don't want to find out that he was eaten by ghouls or something horrible. So, yeah, but I'm looking forward to covering that when the creation is actually available. Snooktastic Voyage says, when are you going to finish the story of Fallout 2? Can't wait. I don't even know when I'm going to finish the story to Fallout 2. I mean, I know when I'm going to do my next video about the story of Fallout 2. The next video about the story of Fallout 2 is going to be on the final crime boss member of New Reno, the starts with a W. Wyatt, Wilson, something. Anyway, the final family, the one who has the brewery underneath the house and has all of the kids. I've got that footage already shot. I need to make a video on it. Then we're going to go to the Sierra Nevada Army surplus silo place and that's going to be a long and tricky video. Then we got to go to NCR. Then after we do everything in NCR, we can go to Vault 15. Then after Vault 15, we can go to Vault 13. So we've got, that's our progression lined up, but it's going to take a while to get through all of that. Fallout 2 is a dense game. If you haven't, we're already over episode 20 to the story of this game, and I don't even think we're halfway through it. We're just getting ready to finish New Reno. It's a dense, dense game. Deuteronomy says the Creation Club doesn't guarantee an interior cell, but here's hoping. Oh, yeah, you're right. I hope we can go inside. That would be a big bummer if we can't go inside. I mean, it's not that big. GNR wasn't big on the inside. There was the area that the Brotherhood was guarding, a few little rooms to the side, and then that upstairs area where Three Dog was. But that would probably be a lot of work to create. I mean, I think you're probably right. They probably won't create that. Which means we're just going to the plaza. Man. Immediately bombed. Deuteronomy says Fallout 2 will probably take another 2 years to finish, which is fine by me. I don't know if it's going to take 2 years, but it'll take a while. It'll definitely take the rest of this year and probably going into next year as well. The Wright family. Thank you, the third row. I knew it started with a W. The Wright family. Ben Kenobi says, I'm sure you've gotten this question 1,000 times, but are you doing any videos or streams on the Outer Worlds? No, this is the first time I've been asked. But thank you for asking. It's important information to share with my community. So news alert. I'm going to be streaming the Outer Worlds. That's right. When it comes out, this channel, it's destination for Outer Worlds content. Do you plan to play Gears 5, says Jesus? I don't have any plans to play Gears at the moment. I'm already preoccupied with all the other things I'm doing. I mean, I feel like I need to hire somebody to just play other games for me. I feel like I need to hire somebody to sit down and play games like Gears of War 5 and games that I don't have time for myself, and then maybe just write me a script and I'll record my narration of it for the channel, because I mean, I'm only one guy. There are only so many hours I have in a day to play games, let alone to craft content about games. Rob says Eric Todd Dellums, the voice actor for Three Dog, has postings on the Fallout Wiki saying that he posted on doing something with Fallout. Really? Well, I don't know, because they never add new voice assets to the Creation Club. And that's because they're huge, like huge file sizes for any new voice work. And, they have to pay the voice actor in addition to the creation author. So I doubt very much that we're going to get Three Dog voice acting. Justin Lamb says, Yo, Mr. Oxhorn, loved Fallout 3, and I like how the Capital Wasteland was so eerie after exiting Vault 101. Do keep the Fallout series going, good sir. Mostly I like how New Vegas was so good. Didn't like Benny much, but I loved taking him down. Loved the vids, friend. Thanks. I actually really sympathized with Benny by the time the game ended. I mean, yeah, he tried to kill me. And then when I met him at the Tops Casino, he tried to kill me again. Multiple times, in fact. But, I still kind of empathize with the guy. I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to replace House as an overlord of Vegas, or if he really, in his heart of hearts, just wanted an independent Vegas. And I think he did want an independent Vegas, even if he wasn't in charge of it. Because if he gets captured by the Legion, if he knows he's going to die, the last thing he says is, please, work with Yes Man to make Vegas independent. That's the last thing he's thinking about. He's not thinking about his casino. He's not thinking about money or the platinum chip or even escaping. His final wish to the courier is, please pick up my mantle. Pick up where I left off. That makes me think that despite him being a murderer, he really does have a heart for an independent Vegas. Now, of course, he benefits from that. But for him to still be championing that, even as he is meeting the Grim Reaper, says something about his character, I think. Lemon Grab with a tip. Thank you very much, Lemon Grab. The Easy Life says, favorite character from Fallout 4? That's a tough one. Favorite character? Well, that's hard because in terms of admiration, I admire Preston Garvey. I think as a person, he's a little boring when it comes to his personality, but in terms of his character, I admire the snot out of that guy. I think he's one of the best people to walk the wasteland. I admire the character of Paladin Danse, even though I disagree with his world philosophy. I think he's a noble man. Even if he is also a little boring, right? A little uptight. But I still admire him, his integrity. But when it comes to just how interesting a character is, I really empathize with Kate. She was my companion for my Brotherhood character. Piper, I don't know. She's a little annoying to me. Can I say that? I mean, I understand they created Piper to be like the romance interest for a male lone wanderer or soul survivor, but she's a little annoying to me, to be perfectly honest. McCready was a little weaselly, in my opinion, a little weird. Curie was cute. I don't know though. She kind of. I mean, I really like Curie, but there's only so much interest you can get out of somebody who still has amazement and wonder at every single place she visits. Like this naivety of, visiting a place and thinking it's going to have pre-war cupcakes or whatever. She's interesting, but so I guess Kate, she's sarcastic, she's violent, she's flawed, but she's kind of got a little good heart underneath there somewhere, Anyway. Max says, did you play any WoW Classic? I mean, I did. Back in the day, we're talking when the game first released, but I haven't played WoW Classic since it's been out. No. Father Jimbo says Kate's as boring as Danse. Maybe, to each his own. I really liked her story. It really... She's just been through a lot. A really damaged character. Dance's story is also really good. That just walking away, not even knowing who you are, not even being able to trust your core principles and desires, because you don't know whether or not spoiler. Can't go on, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But they did a great job with the characters and companions in Fallout 4. Can we just say that? I mean, despite the game's flaws, they did a really good job. Time to play Bioshock. Oxhorn says the gamer pros. Yeah, you're right. Sinistral Tiger says, my favorite is Deacon, followed by Hancock. Hancock is great. Deacon? I don't like Deacon. I mean, I like Deacon. He's funny. He's a jokester. He's sarcastic. He's interesting. I did an hour-long video trying to figure out who that guy is. But man, he's a liar. You can't trust a thing he says. He doesn't take a thing you say to him seriously. He gets annoying. If he were a real person, I'm slapped in the face. He's just one of those guys. Punchable faces, just taking everything, just mocking you at every opportunity. Nothing is serious, not even life or death. He doesn't even take his jobs. I mean, he does take it seriously. When you get to know him, you realize that there are certain values that he has. But you can't even believe his story that he says about the UP Deathclaw gang. You can't believe the story he says about his wife, this horror story that's supposed to make him feel more human. Oh, my wife got killed because of this bigotry. I married a synth, yada, yada, yada. But he's a liar, so you can't believe him. I don't know. Deacon frustrates me, man. I wish there was something about him I could believe. If we could unpeel this onion and he finally admits, okay, these are the stories that I was lying about. This is the reason I was lying, and it's some trauma that he had or whatever. And then these are the stories where you can really believe me. But we never get to that point in our relationship with Deacon. He's just, I mean, we can't romance him. We can become good friends with him, but he's just, he tells us stuff, and then it's up to us to just decide if he's lying or not. And then if we call him out on that during the final affinity check, and we say, look, man, bullcrap, you're constantly lying all the time. How do I know if you're lying about this? He has the audacity to get angry at us. Like, oh man, I am sharing my life with you, and you don't have the decency to believe me. Well, yeah, it's because you've been lying to me for the entire game, man. What do you expect? Anyway, yeah, he annoys me. He annoys me a bit. Naughty Cicero says, Deacon's the kind of guy who wears sunglasses at night. I mean, yeah, it's true. He is. All right, I got to get to the game. Let me put the chat boxes over on this other monitor, and then I can get to the game. Laura says, admission, only hooked up with McCready because he was cute and sarcastic, which I also enjoy in my husband in real life. Is that shallow? Fine with me for a game. Deacon being dishonest was heartbreak. Yeah. Well, I mean, that might be why they didn't allow us to romance him. I mean, McCready was interesting. I like McCready more than Deacon because McCready has motive for everything he's become. And he tells us that motive as we get to know him. We know about his personal tragedies, the things he is fighting for. We know about his backstory from Little Lamplight and how that childhood kind of turned him into the mercenary that he became. And so we kind of get it. We understand why he chose that lifestyle. Even if he's a bit weaselly, he's a human being and we can relate to him. With Deacon, we don't even know if he's a human being. We don't know what he is. Haster Yarman says, Oxhorn, would you ever play Bloodborne? It's rich with lore and Lovecraft characters. Really? Lovecraft? Interesting. Bloodborne. Never heard of it, if I'm being honest. I'll have to add that to my list of games to check out. PlayStation 4. Oh, it's PlayStation only. Oh, I can't play that. I don't have a console. I don't have a PlayStation. Okay, I'm going to get the game going here. And let's switch cameras. Okay, what's with the Windows search bar at the bottom? Come on, I just updated Windows and now it's got a Windows search bar at the bottom. Hold on here. Let me see if I can fix this. Options. Why does it not show the Windows search bar? Let's right click on that. Let's make that borderless. Bioshock 2. Full screen. Hide Windows taskbar. There we go. Oh, brilliant. Got it. Now what's with that live thing in the upper right hand corner? that Steam? Am I live on Steam? I am live on Steam, but it's not working very well. Oh well, we'll just, I guess we'll just keep that there. Oh, okay, now, where was I? Focus, Oxhorn, focus. I don't have a little sister. I just got into this room. We'll find a safe here. That's safe. Trying to remember exactly what I was doing, where I was. Well, let's hack this door. How many auto hack darts do I have? None. Oh. First hack of the day. I'm feeling good. It's my shotgun. Sound effects are really loud, says Oni Berserker, okay. There we go, I reduced it by a couple of decibels. Okay, so this connects back to the same room. In fact, could be a property of Reed Wall. Haven't I been here? I still can't go in there. Oh, was there something I was backtracking to do? Sergeant Dornan says, aren't you going to play Dishonored? No, I play Dishonored on Mondays. On Thursdays, I play Bioshock 2. I've been here. Okay, Office of Raid Wall. There's the airlock where I came in. There's core access. Climate control. So why did I come back all the way here? Was it to get into Raid's office? Okay, well, let's just go towards where we're supposed to go. Okay, that goes towards programming, so up here we'll turn right. Right here. Oh, I think I had gone back to loot a safe. Okay, I'm remembering. Wait, now I can't go there.
seafloor outside Minerva's den is a machine graveyard. With a little luck, you should find the beacon we need out there.
I must keep an eye on Porter and his thinking machine. There's more than one way to muscle out a rival, and I suspect that Fontaine is vying for market dominance in computing now as well. Each hour that contraption spends crunching genetic code for Fontaine brings my city one step closer to dissolution. And if Porter should begin dancing to that hoodlum's tune, well, the machine is a marvel, invaluable. The man may prove obsolete.
Thanks for all your live streams, Oxhorn. Thank you very much. You found the upgraded shotgun. Did I get the upgraded shotgun in my life?
I input the program. It was your turn. You told me.
Whoops. Here we go.
But they can't be wrong. Numbers are wrong, but they can't be wrong. Hands off.
Some damn fool stuck his finger in the socket. To get out through the airlock, you'll have to break the circuit somehow.
Okay, I remember this. Something isn't right. I remember that. Something... Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, that's better. Wow, why did pressing continue not send me to the right one? That's really weird. Let's take a look at our map. Yeah, here we are in climate control, all the way up there. Okay, overdrive. That's right, we had to fix the overdrive issue. Let's see, there's that over there. Ooh, we got door control. Auto hack. Do I want to waste an auto hack on that? No. There we go. Door opens. I want my auto hack on that.
The technology of Minerva's den keeps Rapture running smoothly. Unauthorized tampering with computer equipment is a punishable offense.
This one. We're still working on that.
Why?
Got one. Where's the other? He kind of flew off, didn't he? Nope. Plasmid, what's this? Ice Storm. Give your enemies the cold shoulder. This tonic will freeze your foes in their tracks, literally. You emit a burst of ice when struck. That would be really useful. Let's replace Booze Hound with that. We've got a bit of an echo. Okay, so let's thaw some of these ice cubes here. All right, explosive. How much money do I have? 529? Oh yeah, gotta get more of those. Let's get some spears and buckshot. Auto hack dart. And I'm out of money. Okay, well, we got a body now. I think I came from here, though. Note all the dead bodies. Well, let's try it. Okay, so I'm gonna get people through here. And then likely people through here. Here. I'm out. All right, now let's put down some of my auto mini turrets. That's where the body is. Can I put one there? No.
What's the secret of Rapture Central Computing's success? The most advanced computing device in the world. The Thinker.
Quick save. Beer for courage. Let's do it. Oh, let's do spears.
We found it! Angels is on the inside. Adam inside.
We're still working on that. He's got the answers. I knew it. Don't you see the irony here? Sensitive equipment. Laughing. I'm just be gone. With my data, it knows how to watch it
All done. Are we gonna be together again, Daddy?
Answer to me.
Whoa!
Sensitive equipment. My calculations.
Ooh, marshmallow.
Okay, well, at least we didn't get one of those big guys. And we got the atom. Let's get all of our spears back. I think I used up almost all of them. In fact, I know I used up all of them. And let's get my traps back. No longer need them. No one came from here, huh? That's a surprise. Alright, I've only gotten one body, so I can't put her back into the well yet. Looks like that's it. So, to continue, I believe we need to go this way towards Overdrive, because this was the room we just looted. Thank you, Zartu. So glad a mod is in the chat today. Uh-oh.
Have to be. I wasn't responsible. Yes. Still working on that.
Ah. Here we are, Overdrive. Chechnya vodka, okay. Adam, great. Now.
System reset. Temperature balance normalized. Computer core access restored.
That'll do. The chamber leading to mainframe access is defrosting as we speak. Head on back there. Next stop, the Thinker's computer core.
Okay, got one.
Its own purpose.
Quick save after that. Hey, Alex, I wonder how you came up with the Eulogy Jones song. Just made it up. Just, I thought that that was the perfect song for Eulogy. I love this laser.
The ice was meant to send a message, Sigma, but you do not listen. Perhaps your brothers can open your ears.
Oh no, Keep seeking rocket. Oh, I love this turret. He kept him in a state of shock the entire time. Oh, that was great. I need one more turret. Okay. Do we need to go here? No. I'll just follow the arrow. That's right. I have a nice little handy arrow showing me where to go. I got to keep my eyes open on the body. Oh, looks like I'm stocked up on buck there. That's a shame. Let's use some of that ammunition. Oh, was that another spear? Yep, spear ammo. Guy I killed earlier. It's down here. All ammunition, full fuel. Anything else back here? No. Must have already gotten it. Quick save. Oh! Stun lock. Oh, I love this flying turret. Thank you, Thomas. All right, I need to get my spears, trap spear, rocket spear, regular spear. The exit. Coffee. Oh, it's open. I already looted it. Whoa. I think I've already been under here. I kind of remember it. Yeah, nothing here. Oh, there are the traps I left. Is that a guy trapped in ice with the turret? Core access. I wonder about that lift though. I didn't punch that button when I came down there last time. Let's check out that lift.
Miss Klein will be so very cross with me.
Let's just talk too much, is that?
Remember to renew your identification badge on the first of every month. Security systems are active.
This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Set multiple foes on fire at once. Might as well.
Now you're cooking. Charge up for an explosive blast. When there's just a bright candy bar in the vending machine, when everything works just
that was really loud. Okay, now. We need to go up and across the core access.
What? No, no!
Where are my robots? Where are mine? I had 2 robots. Are they really all gone? Oh, there they are. Maybe they're just disabled. All right. Sean, no, Sean's fine. Well, where's the other one? Thomas. Is his name Thomas? I had an incendiary bot and an electric bot.
Someone there? Little bird. I'm gonna bust your boat! Surprise, punk!
What is going on?
I'm working on that!
I'm not sure what all that was. Because I had that turret hacked. Or that camera hacked. Alright, back up we go. Running low on ammo. Keep that border.
The equation is nearing its conclusion, Sigma. The answers lie in the core. The Thinker is waiting for you, Sigma. And so am I.
Quick save. You have not rescued or harvested all the little sisters in this level. Okay, pressing R isn't showing me where I need to go for the next corpse.
I think you can see right now.
Great. Where's the next corpse?
Someone first.
I think I lost the turret there. Okay, maybe it's this way.
Who left us?
Nobody hurt my daddy.
then says you could save the sister without the gather. You're almost done anyway. Yeah, that's true. Well, I'll do whichever is easiest. I still have to find a well. Ooh.
Hidey hole.
Ooh, come on.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Every time I rescue a little sister, a big sister appears. Oh, thank you. Armored Shell 2. Further reduces damage. Sweet, let's do Drill Lurker. And with the big sister coming, it looks like I need to put down more. I'm out! Oh no! Oh, for Pete's sake!
Yeah?
Baby? Happy birthday!
Oh. Why did I have to return that little sister?
more efficient. I have a question.
Rapture Central Computing is the best choice for your company's computing needs. Why, the Thinker even does some thinking for Ryan Industries.
No mini turrets. Out of money. Can't buy more ammunition. Out of laser cells. I've got my machine gun. Out of heat-seeking rockets. Looks like it's my machine gun. Everything respawns with the big system.
Is that you? This output seems fine after all.
I mean, I could change the level. Let's try and kill her one more time, and then if not, I'll just exit the level.
This area is all.
Oh, great! It spawns behind me. Oh, I'm in a hidden little nook, and it spawns behind me.
My calculations are accurate. I checked them. I'm not a liar. The numbers are the liars. You made me go!
Out we go. Whew. Man, I forgot that after you turn in one of the little sisters, a big sister spawns. Well, that encounter took everything I had. Let's see if we can make that up a bit. Ethan H says, spend your Adam. Ox hoarding just makes you weak. Okay. I mean, I've spent a lot of Adam already, but I'll spend more.
Not yet, Sigma! I am still crunching the numbers!
Stop ignoring me! Why not?
I have more important work.
Watch out!
Look me in the eye, tough that. Just
go back. I was trying to auto hack that
Who's all you fucking Fight fair, you molly! Put a lid on it!
Hell, there's one way into the core that wall can't lock off. The maintenance access shafts. Sorry to send you down through the pit. It's all we've got.
Where's the other one? There were two. I got one. I got Kenneth. Where's the other one? Doggone it. Alright, I need to find some more help. There we go. Ethan says, lower the difficulty, Ox. It's painful to watch. No, I'm not lowering my difficulty. Not when I'm this close to the end. I've done it all this way on hard difficulty. I'm not going to turn it up yet. If it gets too much, then maybe. But not right now. I only have $27.
What is driving you into the core, Sigma? What compels you to defy the Thinker's equation?
Where did he go? Yes, meat dispenser. Okay. Let's get more of that, Eve. Might as well stock up here, it's free. Oh, a dead cat. Turing, of course.
Is it your deep love for Porter and for Tenenbaum? Ha! You hardly know them, Sigma. You have never even met them.
Fountain of Youth. In today's Rapture, water is everywhere. Take advantage of the maintenance issue with the Fountain of Youth tonic. Let that water wash your cares away. Standing in water slowly restores health and Eve. Oh yeah. We'll take that. Ice storm, I guess. Okay, that is slow. but it's working. What was that? Someone threw a bunch of turrets at me. Well, I might as well sit in this water a bit and heal on up. Cheers. Jody Radliff says, "Hey Oxhorn, I've never got to speak to you before, but I wanted to say I absolutely loved your Christmas for Geeks album. Hashtag kill all else." Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Fond memories from way back in the day. Where are those coming from? They're just spawning out of the balls. Sitting in water heals me up. Wash away my cares. Oh, it's going to do that after every time, isn't it?
Ryan's secret police came for Porter long ago. And now he has reappeared in Minerva's den? A man sent to Persephone does not just open his cell door and walk home.
What's over there? Oh, this is a really cool cool bit of the game. Anything down there? Oh. Got it. I wonder if it'll help me out at all. Low on spears. I got laser cells. Take the first aid kit. Take the caliber rounds. Okay. Anything over here? Yep. Oh, think I can make that? No. There's a door over there, though. Oh, but I can't. What was that big boom? Did something fall back here? No.
I've tried to keep you from the heart of the machine. You did not listen. When the pangs of familiarity sting you, my friend, you will have only yourself to blame.
Thank you. I'll blame myself when the time comes. I'm in the heart of the machine.
Well, Thinker, Ryan's secret police are on their way. They cooked up some kind of evidence against me. Treason, they say. I've heard what happens to folks who get disappeared, come back as one of those metal daddies. So, I'm leaving you with something to cogitate on in my absence. Inputting Rapture Departure Protocol. Figure a way to get yourself out of this city, Thinker. You've got to live on, no matter what happens to me. You'll find a way.
So wait a minute. He got turned into a Big Daddy? The move we've been talking to this whole time. Yes, keep seeking rockets. Give me more. I don't have any money. I'll take it all. Oh yeah, 167 bucks. Ooh. Is that the Thinker? The Thinker!
You're in the Thinker's core. The code printer is upstairs in the control booth. Top-level access only. You'll need to confirm your genetic identity to start the printing process.
The Thinker has my genetic identity? Wait. If he got turned into a Big Daddy, and the Thinker has my genetic identity, am I Porter as the Big Daddy? Have I been talking to the Thinker? Jody says, have a drink on me, bud. And any chance of singing more WoW songs from your lovely voice, or is it all behind you? It was a fun ride, but it is all behind me for now. I'm focusing on Fallout and other games at the moment. Yes. Back up to 5. This standing water plasmid is great. Okay, I could go that way. Or I could go the other way. And either way. Alright, Ethan is going to have a conniption unless I spend all of my... Adam, let's do a health upgrade. Let's do an Eve upgrade. Another Eve upgrade. Well, one more Eve upgrade. Looks like I can afford another Eve upgrade. Holy cow! All of these Eve upgrades. Do I need more? Let's do a Gene's tonic slot. Because I have a couple of those. I don't need another plasmid slot. I don't have another plasmid. I think I've got a couple of Gene tonic slots left. Let's do one more Gene tonic slot. Right there. Might as well finish everything off. There we go. All Gene tonic slots upgraded. I've got 40 left. That's it. Okay. Well, there you go, Ethan. I hope you're happy. I know you're just looking out for my best interests. Thank you. Quick save. Man, I love these spears in Bioshock 2, but in Minerva's Den, they're not as effective as they were in Bioshock. Maybe that's because of hard mode? I don't know. There's the control room. There it is. Processing Rapture Departure Protocol. Transmission Dr. Bridget Tenenbaum. Resource Subject Sigma Destination Minerva's Den. Something's gonna happen when I pull that lever. I know it. I'm gonna look around first. Well, there's an Eve right there, but I don't need it right now. I do want to prevent any enemies from using the health station, so let's tear that up. Even though I don't have room for scrap it. Wish I had another turret. Okay, let's do this. Pull the big golden lever. What's the worst that could happen? Quick save. Ox, do you do TikTok? Do I do TikTok? TikTok? Oh, that's one of those new social media apps for phones. No, I don't do TikTok. Should I?
Porter, you have forced my hand, you see? The Thinker is shut down. That leaves only two variables, you and me. The equation ends here.
Right.
Herr Sigma, it is Dr. Tannenbaum. With the computer disabled, Minerva's den is falling to pieces. No pressure regulation, no air supply. You must defeat Vol and bring the Thinker back to full power.
Whoa! Sunlock. Whoa! Oh my god. I need that. No. Oh yeah. Die!
Your moment has come, old friend. I stand before you, the trusted partner who put a knife in your back. Do not disappoint me.
Ah! How is this guy more beefy than a Big Daddy? Slowing me down, whatever he's doing. Those doggone turrets he's got.
The Thinker did say it would be quick.
I can't even get out of this Vita chamber. Oh, and he plants one right in front of him.
We seem to have died, but will return again.
Quickly, take the administrator punch card from Vol's body and reactivate the Thinker.
Okay, working on it.
Mainframe reactivated. Confirming user's genetic identity. Genetic identity confirmed. Alpha Series. Subject Sigma. Former identity. Charles Milton Porter.
I called it! Oh, what?
Welcome back, Milton.
System ending personality duplication. Subject Charles Milton Porter.
You see now why I let the machine speak for you, Mr. Porter. We needed a voice that would be familiar, comforting, your own. With that copy of the Thinker's programming, we may return to the surface and use it to restore you to the man you once were. Please, collect the printout and meet me at your bathysphere dock. Take your time, Mr. Porter. I will be waiting.
Okay, where is it? Is it printing from here? I guess I should follow the arrow. Oh. I'll follow the line. Oh my god. Exhausting. How many Alpha Series did they throw at me? God. Oh, I better not have all of them respawn. Hey, there we go. So I'm Porter, which means my wife died, which means I programmed the Thinker to adopt her personality, which means my character is the really sad guy.
I believe I'm done feeding audio recordings and personal anecdotes to the Thinker. I am set to test the personality duplication function. Target personality, Pearl Porter. Thinker, are you ready?
Yes, Milton.
Starting test. Hello, Pearl?
Hello, Milton.
How have you been?
Just wonderful, Milton. I've missed you, though. It's been so long.
Pearl, No, this isn't right. It isn't her. Thinker, stop the test.
But what's the matter, Milton?
Oh, God.
Don't you still love me?
Oh, God, I said end function, Thinker. Now! It's over.
Well, I mean, we called it, right? Come on, Porter. He's supposed to be this genius guy. Worked with, what's his name? Alan, what's his name? He's supposed to be this genius guy who makes an artificial intelligence that can speak like his dead wife. And yet he can't figure out before he builds it that that's a bad idea. Poor guy. Turing, Alan Turing. Brilliant guy, works with Alan Turing. No more big sisters, I hope. Okay. Everything is really quiet. I don't think I like that. Let's turn the music back on. I turned it off because sometimes they play music that demonetizes me. It's sad music. This was his lab? Larbagar says the guy who created the Enigma machine? Yeah, that Alan Turing. Played by Cumberbatch in that movie. This guy, according to the lore, worked with him on the Enigma machine, the Codebreaker. Dear Mr. Porter, I've learned of the death of your wife, Pearl. I hereby extend to you my heartfelt sympathy in your great loss. Very truly yours, Prime Minister Winston Churchill. Something in my eye. I think it's just salt. Salt in the eye. Piano's getting me.
The Thinker never gave up on you, Mr. Porter. It could not leave you behind. Please, step up to the console and begin the bathysphere launch sequence. We have much work ahead of us.
Tenenbaum. Wow, after all this time. 3 games. No, 2 games and a DLC. We meet in the flesh.
I lived through the Blitz, Pearl, and the fall of Rapture. They took my memory, my voice, everything that made me a man, but nothing ever scared me so much as saying goodbye. I wanted to save you. I couldn't resist trying to bring you back the only way I knew how. But you didn't want that. I know it now, and I think I'm finally ready to let you go your way. I stand here with the sun on my face, and it's almost like I can feel you smiling. Goodbye, Pearl. I love you more than I've got words for. Milton.
Doggone it, man. Oh, the tears are welling. I can feel them welling. Good game. Good game. Logan's Hearth says, play Bioshock Infinite. I will. Bioshock Infinite is next on the list, but I'm going to be playing some Wolfenstein Youngblood. About the game, I wanted to play it. I played about 4 hours of it, but I had to fit it in. I only stream 3 days a week. So now that we've completed Bioshock 2 and Minerva's Den, it's time to move on to Wolfenstein Youngblood. Although maybe I should do the DLC to Metro first. I don't know. Now, I started Wolfenstein Youngblood, so I should finish it. So we'll do that. We'll do Wolfenstein Youngblood here, Scotch and Smoke Rings, Thursday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. And then the next game I finish, we'll move on to the DLC for Metro. Then, whatever comes after that. Maybe Bioshock Infinite, maybe Outer Worlds. Yes, I'm playing Outer Worlds. I will play it when it comes out. Whatever opens up next. Matthew says, what's happening with the Fallout lore vids? I make them still. I made 2 this week. Working on more for the weekend. Don't worry, I'm not stopping with the Fallout 2 vids. The streams and the lore videos are not mutually exclusive. I can do both at the same time during the week. It's hard, but I do. So, streaming is a complement to my lore schedule. But there you go. Minerva's done. Done. I'm Porter. My wife's dead. And I'm sad. But we escaped with Tenenbaum. And I'm really curious about Infinite. Getting lots of chatter about Infinite. Lots of people will leave comments in my videos about Infinite, how they're looking forward to it. I've never played it. Remember, I haven't played any of these games going in. This is like gaming education for me. I'm going in blind. So this is really rewarding for me. I'm enjoying myself. So we will play Infinite, but after Wolfenstein. That's the plan. Roger says Dishonored. Yes, I am continuing to play Dishonored. We beat Dishonored 1 and Dishonored 2. I'm doing Dishonored Death to the Outsider on Mondays, every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm playing, The Sinking City on Fridays. So tomorrow, tune in right here, wherever you're at, Facebook, Twitter, Steam, Mixer, YouTube, wherever you prefer, for The Sinking City tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's the plan. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on a lore video. I've got a lot of work to do if I'm going to get my lore video done for the weekend. The plan is to have a 76 lore video on the Mothman this weekend, maybe 2, depending on the time that I have, but stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 526. We finished off Minerva's Den. It was a blast, and I really appreciate all of your commentary during the game. You guys made it much easier on me. I know you wanted me to switch from hard mode, but doggone it, I wanted to beat the game. I was that close. Yes, it was frustrating watching me die over and over again, but thank you for your patience. I got through it, and we can move on to the next thing. Well, have a wonderful Thursday night, everybody. I know it's late when I do this stream, so I really appreciate many of you who come out in the dead of the morning, the early morning to watch. Live stream tomorrow, 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Don't forget, I will see you then. And until then, be kind to absolutely everyone. and have a wonderful night.